Well, hello everyone. And after so many of you have been asking me, here I am. Born for This is coming to life. Many of you, mostly my friends, know about BFT project, Born for This, which is made for certain people like me, and I'm not a minority, of people that come from nothing. We have decided to make it big in life. So today, with the power of social media, to not share your success or your stories online, I think is something very selfish. So, guys, welcome to my YouTube channel, Born for This, BFT. We're gonna be sharing content every week, and we'll be talking about past experiences, business, habits, mindset, little bit of everything. And I will tell you my personal experience of how I went from being a full-time criminal, I've been 4 years in jail. I've had many traumatic experiences which have made me the man I am today, and I'm very grateful for every single one of them, until how I found my path to entrepreneurship, how I found the business I'm in today. So basically, I'm going to tell you a little bit about my journey, and I would like you guys to interact with me also. Many of you have been asking for this already, so if it wasn't for you guys, I would not be here, so thank you. So, I was talking with my friends today, and since actually Halloween is approaching, I have a very funny Halloween story that happened in 2012 or 2013. I was only 16 or 17 years old when this happened. So obviously it was with our group of friends. We went out on a party. Yeah, personally, I used to go to nightclubs and take heavy drugs since I was 14, 15 years of age. So I was 16, 17, it was Halloween. We had our group of friends and we went out to this nightclub. Obviously everyone is, dressed up, wearing masks and the whole shebang. When, so we went to this party. I used to take so much drugs that I lost all my friends. I was probably some girls, some random people I'd meet. So long story short, when the nightclub finished at 7 a.m., 7 in the morning, I walk out and I see my friends. Even until today, he's still a brother of mine. My friend has his face open, really scarred. And I'm like, what's happened? So he had a fight with some guys from a different neighborhood. We was all a bit like that. So we had a guy from a different neighborhood, what was considered a dangerous neighborhood, but we used to terrorize these motherfuckers. That's the truth. So he had a fight with one of them over a cigarette. And they ganged up on him and just smashed a load of glasses and stuff in his face. So obviously we went to take revenge. By the time I came out, they have already been home, come back, tooled up. We didn't bang many guns at the time. So we had a lot of knives, and there was one of us who had a gun. If I'm not wrong, it was actually a BB gun, yeah. I was the youngest, always in my group though. So anyway, we go around, this is in Puerto Banús where we're from, so we go around looking for these guys. And we turn out to find them in a bus stop. Found them in a bus stop. And obviously, after what they did to my friend, it was only 4 of us and it was about 15 of them. Because it doesn't change anything, but they were gypsies. So normally gypsies walk in big gangs when they go out and things like this, normally. Anyway, directly we start knifing them up. We wet a few of them. We start stabbing. They start stabbing us. I got stabbed in the back maybe I show you after. My good friend got stabbed 8 times in his back while he was stabbing another guy on the floor. He didn't die because he was wearing a big puffer jacket, because obviously it's cold in Marbella. He was wearing a big puffer jacket, so he got stabbed 8 times in his back, very near his lungs. He survived. He survived because he's a fucking G and a soldier. But what I want to come with this, where I want to go with this is, there is many ways of handling your life. You know, I don't regret being in these situations. At the time, that was me, and that was only the start, because again, I was very young. After this, everything escalated big time. But the reality is that that is what is out there. If you're out partying, you will probably, you know, after a certain time, there's only problems out there. The people you'll find, it's normally fucking shit people. The people who's always in a party, normally they are lost in life. Everybody's moving the same to this fucking DJ. What's that gonna bring you? What did that bring to me? Well, what that brought into me, it was a feeling of anger that I needed to delete these people from earth because of what they did, not only to me, but to my friend. Well, as we was stabbing each other all on the floor, this was in a bus stop in the middle of Puerto Banús at the entrance. So we just stabbing each other up. One of us who had a gun, I think it was a BB gun again, he just let a couple of them off. Everybody thought was a real one. So everybody separated. See, it was all a bit crazy. You might think it was out of a movie, but the reality is my life was fucking GTA. That's why I've got the experience to maybe teach you a couple of things. Or maybe that's why you can maybe learn a few things of me for free. I'm not trying to sell anything. I'm doing this channel purely because I want you guys, one, to know who I am, and two, because I know that people will be inspired by my story. Because guess what? Nobody thought I would make it here. I am now sat in Dubai. I have what you can call, well, a villa. It's just a detached home. Definitely I will upgrade this, but my life is great. I have funded a multi-million business by myself when I had zero money. After I come out of jail, when I was highly addicted to drugs and absolutely no one believed in me. And here I am, making hundreds of thousands of dollars a month by myself. Not daddy's money. There's nothing wrong with daddy's money. I will make sure my daughter has this daddy money, but I did it myself. And I know there is out there many people like myself who will be inspired, who thinks there is no way out of the shit life you're living, but there is. Trust me, there is. You have to separate from this shit circle of friends that you have. Change your surroundings. Isolate yourself for a long period of time. And just work on your idea. Don't be messing around. Don't be working on 100 motherfucking ideas at the same time. Choose what's your thing and do it. If you truly want something bad, you will make sure it works. If not, you just say you want it, but you don't. Because you know what? I always wanted to be rich, but richness does not only come to money. You can be so motherfucking poor that all you have is money, but you have a shit physique, shit mindset, a shit life, people around you don't love you, people around you don't respect you, and only use you for your money. And that's not the person you want to be. You want to be respected and loved for who you are, with or without money. Remember, money will only triple the person you already are today. If you're a piece of shit, you will be 3 times or 10 times a biggest piece of shit. If you're a good guy, if you're a good person, if you're a good woman, if you're a good human being, that's it. 3 times, 10 times, it will only boost the person that you are. If you're a shit person with no money, you will be even a shittier person when you have money. So, after this happened, obviously we went into a war with these guys from this neighborhood. And we, one guy has died. I'm not saying we did it, but one of these guys have died. We had a lot happen. We had shootouts. We shot each other in the street. We stabbed each other again when we. Like, it was on. Like, we was living in the streets, street life to the fullest. That's why when I see guys out here who are coming with their weak ass fucking mentality, saying things are not possible. Of course it's not possible because you have no fucking experience in life. You have not gone through shit. So what does make a man a man? The ability to deal with stress. That's simple. How do you train your ability to deal with stress? By being under a lot of stress. I am a person who has been under a lot of stress. And this is a Whoop band, still tracks my stress levels, and they are pretty high. But again, being stressed is good because when you're stressed, you are performing. When you're not stressed, you are relaxing. Same comes to being hungry. Being hungry, wanting to eat is good. I personally eat only once a day. Why do I eat once a day? Because every time I eat and I fill my stomach, I want to fucking sleep. So I keep myself hydrated. I eat a lot of protein, small amount of carbs. I train a lot. I don't sleep much and I just perform. That's why maybe my business is working for me and it might not be working for many other people. Many people are now contacting me because of the free content I am dropping on Instagram, and is actually not much what I'm dropping. Soon it will be much more. People are already contacting me and asking me about how I've done this with my business and asking me about coaching programs and all these things, which I'm currently actually not doing, but I think I might do because it's always good to help people. I don't do things because of money, and I have never done things because of money. Money has always been the result of doing things with a clean heart. So, yeah. After this, few years later, so this was when I was 16, 17. So let me guys show you here. Well, I got stabbed there. You can't probably see it. So this is where I got stabbed. This was actually when I was on the floor stabbing some other guy also. But hey, this is nothing. It's actually a cut. My friend had small stitches deep. Anyway, so we was living the street life to the fullest, and hey, I did love it, and I'm not gonna lie, I still love it. I could ride any wave still, but everything started escalating. Crime started escalating. We used to sell drugs, a lot of drugs, until I became a father. I had a baby. With the person who was my partner. I could say she was my wife. And we had a very good life. Very, very, very good life. I was only 23 when I had my kid, my first kid. I'm the only kid I've currently had. That's amazing. We had a great life. So for a young man like me, it was not regular to live in a house like I used to live, to spend the monies I used to spend. I used to drink Cristal champagne every day in the most expensive restaurants in Marbella. And It was great. Then one day, when my daughter was only 3 months old, I left my home early morning and I got arrested at gunpoint in my face. Uh, International narco trafficking, criminal organization, blah, blah, blah. I remember saying to this police guy, hey, you're catching the wrong guy. I thought until the end that we was not going to jail. Shout out to my boy Kiri. We will speak about my brothers now. What's the definition of a brother? And what's the definition of a fucking rat? Thankfully, I have some very good brothers that they are coming with me to the top, and God knows this. So yeah, this was in 2019. 2019, we go to jail. We get arrested, and we go to jail where a lot of other stories also happen. At this time, this was not the shape I had. I'm gonna try find some pictures or videos of how I looked before going into jail. And not only I didn't look like this, but I was not this person. The person I am today. Oh shit! Oh, guys, I've got the microphone on the top. I took it off. Probably can't hear me. Anyway, put it back on. As I'm telling you, I'm not used to this. This is my first video, and I'm just blasting it for every single one of you guys. Because really, you know, people's been asking me so much to do it that I do want to do it, but I'm such a awkward person with the cameras. I'm not used to do this. But slowly, we'll get there. So, I was not fit. I didn't have a good physique. Therefore, I didn't really have the best mindset. Negative thoughts were in my mind constantly. This is before going to jail, right? All I did was smoke joints, go out and drink alcohol, thinking it was cool, take drugs, eat in restaurants, and drive. I was 110 kilos of pure fat. Today, I'm 95 kilos of lean muscle. I've been now training for 5 years of my life. Constant, okay? I have trained martial arts for 10 years, since I was 7 years old till I was 17. How I started changing my body and how that changed my mentality. I started doing this in jail. Once I got arrested, once I walked into jail, which the whole, I'll have to do another episode just to tell you how this went down, why we got arrested, how we went to jail, what happened when we went to jail. This is a whole different story. Let me just talk a little bit about the mindset and how I changed. So I was with friends in jail. I had friends in the wing that I knew from outside. So we started training. I just joined them. They were already there before I came, so I just joined them. I was a fat motherfucker, but like everything I do in this life, I am a fucking beast and I'm unstoppable. If you put your mind to something and you really say you're gonna do it, there is nothing that is gonna stop you. Only your own self and your own mind. So I started my fitness journey in jail, but it was not because of my body. It was because when I trained, I felt relaxed. I felt good. So you're in jail. First time in jail. If you throw me in a Spanish jail right now, again, it's fucking easy. But anyway, it's not nice because if you're not a piece of shit, if you have a family that's missing you, if you have a kid, if you have friends and people who care about you, you suffer more for them because they are suffering. You as a man, it's your responsibility to keep your family safe and happy. That's your responsibility as a man. That's why nowadays, I don't consider that many of these boys are men. because people do not take care of their families. A man is not a man anymore. They do not provide and protect. Okay, females are also, everything's messed up. But a man has to be a man no matter what. So that's the reason I started training, is because I felt so good with myself. Apart that obviously start to see results, that you're losing weight and this. How I lost most of my weight? Walking. First of all, I cut all the sugars. No sugar, no sweets, no Coca-Cola, no Coca-Cola Zero, no nothing, no bread, no carbohydrates, nothing. Only I used to eat turkey, ham, and that's it. And chicken, when it was chicken, because it's not chicken every day. I lost 10 kilos in 21 days, which is fucking crazy. If I've not done 1 million rounds around the yard, I've not done any. I always used to outwork everyone. And the same when I was selling drugs, I used to outwork everybody else. That's why I was doing good, because there is always competition no matter what you're doing. So you need to beat your competition. So how you beat your competition? Working more than them, waking up before them, giving a better price than them. That's it. You have to make a difference. Plus, you need to show you're authentic. Nowadays, people are selling shit and they have no personality and they don't even know how to monetize whatever they're selling. People are selling courses online and they don't even know how to make money with the course they're selling. They just sell courses. What the fuck? The worst thing is the people is buying it. That's the society that we're living on today. Stop doing this. Make a proper research of who you're going to work with before giving them your money. What's happened next? You're going to say, oh, it's shit, and you're going to drop out. Another thing that is very common, you might be working with a good coach or a good mentor, but you think because of paying money, the other person is going to do the work for you. No, sir. When you work with a coach, the coach gives you the tools. You are the one who applies it and you are the one who puts in the work. Same as I told you, I lost all my weight walking, then I'm not going to be the one to walk for you if you are overweight. If you want to lose weight, the one who has to walk is you, not me. You understand? If I walk, you will not lose weight. Same applies to business, right? Hang on, because this camera fucking moving with the wind. Let's see now, because this was moving a little bit with the wind. Sorry guys, anyway, this is my first video, so this is probably gonna be shit, but I'm just trying to be myself, man, you know? That's one thing that I love about myself, and is I will never pretend or act a different way than myself to please anyone. This is Iman. Iman was born for this. If he was born for this, you will see I'm real as fuck. If you're a fucking lame, weak-ass piece of shit, you will talk shit. I don't care about the comments. I don't care the bad things that people have to say about me. They are behind me for a reason. If they are not talking about you, you're not doing nothing right. Right? If you're doing something right, people might and must be talking about you. People must be messaging your girl saying you've got another chick. People must be trying to take you down. If not, step your game up now. So, yeah. It's been a great journey so far. And that's how I started to change my body. And I did it because of my mental health. Because I was so sad that I'm not there for my 3-month-old daughter, that I could not get my head around it. So I realized when training and killing myself in the gym, my vibration is much higher. And I'm not only thinking about these problems. I might have more positive thoughts. I'm thinking, oh, this will end up soon. I will be out with my family soon. So whatever scenario you create in your head, it will become your reality. You understand? You will attract it. So if you're all day thinking on shit, negative thoughts, that's what you will get sooner or later. If you already are where you want to be. You are the person you want to be. You have the watch you want, and you are driving the car you want, and you start fucking working for it, God will give it to you. A lot of people keep saying, I hope God wants. God wants you to get up from the fucking sofa and work. If you work and put the effort, God will give it to you. God is not gonna come and throw you a bone while you're sitting on the sofa watching Netflix and wanking your little fucking willy. Okay? Even in jail, 90% of the people are fucking pussies and junkies who have no game. You'll think that when you walk in a jail, at least a Spanish jail, because many different jails in the world, okay? You'll think you see some proper criminals, but no. 90% of them are there for beating up their wives, stealing phones or stealing fucking bags in the street and shit like this. You are not cool. You are not clever. You are better than this shit. What is it to be a gangster? What's the definition of a gangster? For me, a gangster is the person who takes care of his family. Is the person who not only have money, but has balls, has morals, and has value, and is correct. A person who knows what is brotherhood, who is looking after his brothers, no matter what. If you have to walk 100 miles to go and save your brother, you will do it without asking any questions, because that's your brother. And brotherhood comes first. But nowadays, this seems to be a very hard thing to find. That's why it's actually so fucking easy to win. This is why I created my business when I had $0, which I will explain soon on a different episode as well. And I made $1.5 million in the first 7 months. And before I started the business, I couldn't even pay my 1,000 euro rent in Spain. There was times, I don't like saying this because probably my mother will see this video and she will be like, son, why you didn't come home and eat? But because I was so embarrassed to go, as a 27-year-old man, go to my mother and say, Mom, I cannot go and do some fucking food shopping, that I ended up stealing some food in the fucking supermarket. That's embarrassing. But you need to take that on the chin and do something about it. You cannot let these situations eat you. You have to learn from them and you have to overcome it and become a fucking beast. And that's what I did. But again, I will tell you a bit more on the next episodes. So, I think this is okay for today. I told you a little bit about my Halloween story, how we stabbed some people up and we got stabbed in this. This is nothing. There is a lot more stories. We have a lot of jail stories, street stories, love stories, success stories, police stories. And what I want is not just to tell you my stories. Why I want to tell you my stories is so you understand what I went through to become the person I am today. If I didn't have these challenges in my life, I would not be the person I am today. Because I tell you one thing, I'm not the person I was last year, and I'm not the person who I will be next year, because I'm constantly learning. I'm constantly growing as a person, and I'm constantly working on myself. For example, I have this beautiful book here, Marcus Aurelius Meditations. I paid $4 for this book. That just shows how you pay $15 or $20 for a fucking app on your phone to play like a game or something, which I don't know because I don't watch TV or I don't play games. And nobody buys this sort of knowledge that they have to sell it for $4. I've not started it yet, but I do read and listen a lot and read a lot about Stoicism, Marcus Aurelius, Epictetus, etc. That's the world we're living in. Books like this will change your life. Why? Because they will change your mentality. I'm not saying buy this book and you change your life. This is just a book that I'm going to start now, right? The first book I read was also in jail. Rich Dad, Poor Dad. I read it in 2 days because it was so interesting. So, That's why I want to share my stories with you, so you understand what I went through and what I overcame in order to become this person I am today. Don't get it twisted. If I didn't go through these challenges, I would not be where I am today. Always be grateful. Always pray to God. Always say thanks to God, because no matter how bad you have it, there is always a person who wants to swap places with you and would love to live the life you live. So always be grateful. Okay? That's it, guys. Born for this. We're going to be dropping a podcast really soon. You know, this is just the start of something hopefully massive, because we want people that identify themselves with us to become a community. We want to create a community where we support each other, where we share our experiences, and we uplift each other. There is a way out, guys. You was born for this, and you can do it. Thank you very much. Stay positive and stay fit, stay ripped, stay rich, and stay rare, bitch. Tell him.